And I want to tell you about my daughter, Venus. Venus started her journey about 14 months before she was diagnosed with stage 4 breast cancer. Having no medical insurance, Venus had to wait to be approved for every medical procedure she received and was waiting for approval for a CAT scan when she was at my house and said her head was hurting so bad she couldn't see. So we rushed her to the ER, and when she got there, she lapsed into a coma. And she finally got the CAT scan that she needed, and they found 2 tumors in her brain. One had ruptured. The next day, we gathered around Venus to say our goodbyes, and we unplugged the tube, and Venus died. Even though many parents have buried their children, no parent should have, in America, should have to bury their child for a lack of medicated space.
I got a 10-year-old son, his name is Ian. I had to have a conversation with him of how he needed to act if the police ever stopped him. I had to tell my 10-year-old son that if they stop you, don't move too fast. If they stop you, put your hands up so they can see your hands. If they stop you, be polite. Say yes, sir. Because it's more important for you to come home at night than anything else.
My family and I have over almost 250-year history in this part of the country. And we have fought and we have served in every war my nation has fought, including myself. Because of a genetic condition that I was diagnosed with in my 30s, I was locked out of the healthcare system for many years. When I was 41, I found a lump in my left breast. That lump was so large that my mammogram was enough to be positive for cancer. Because I had finally been diagnosed with cancer, I could then get health care.
Jesus.
And I'm going to tell you, when I needed my country,
Lord.
Senator Mitch McConnell didn't know my name.
Yeah.
But when he gets ready to fight the next war, they all know where to find me.
Que mis hijos ya tenía como 16 años que no los miraba.
It had been 16 years since I hadn't been able to see my children.
Y a mi esposo apenas tiene 2 años porque él estaba aquí como por 30 años ya.
My husband had been here in the country for over 30 years.
Pues es algo muy triste porque pues hasta con engaños sacar a la gente, él no tenía ningún récord criminal, o sea, el único delito era haber estado aquí ilegal.
It is very sad because he was no criminal.
At 18 years old, I found myself fighting an illegal and immoral war in Iraq, where over 1 million people were killed, with millions displaced, kickstarting the largest refugee crisis since World War II. Since returning from Iraq, I've lost more friends to suicide than we lost in the combat zone. In other words, more members from my platoon have killed themselves since returning home than died in Iraq. While the U.S. spends trillions abroad, my friends, family, and fellow veterans suffer the economic consequences of the war economy. Our disability, education, healthcare benefits are constantly under attack. In our hometowns in the Rust Belt, families crumble under the pressure of austerity and poverty.
The New Mexico downwinders are the collateral damage that resulted from the development and testing of the first atomic bomb. The U.S. government has been very good at hiding the truth about what really took place here in New Mexico. They categorize the area around the Trinity site as remote and uninhabited, when in reality, according to the U.S. Census, over 40,000 people lived in a 50-mile radius. When a family has to spend all they have to obtain medical care they need to survive the cancer that they've developed, they only rack up debt, they never have a chance to develop assets.
And the reality is that I am poor. I've been poor for most of my working life. And it wasn't until I had this crisis that I'd realized the lies that I've been fed about my own life. I am the daughter of Indian Hindu immigrants to this country, and this movement is for my father, who struggled with steady work, who blamed himself for not having enough for his family, who was in and out of the psychiatric ward of a hospital and who killed himself when I was 10. This movement is for my mother, who raised me and my brother without anybody around, without anybody. And this movement is for me, and this movement is for you, each of us, all of our family members, because no one gets left behind.
Poor and homeless people get stereotyped like we're too stupid and lazy to solve our own problems. I wasn't homeless because I was stupid and lazy. I was homeless because our county has no problem with the pregnant mothers being homeless in the dead of winter, while just 2 hours away in Seattle, the CEOs of Microsoft and Amazon have made themselves the richest individuals on the planet. Some of you might be suspicious about a Grace Harbor County person getting up here in front of this crowd thinking, aren't they all just a bunch of rednecks out there? Yes, I'm a redneck. We are radical rednecks. We're hillbillies for the liberation of people. We are the living reminder that when they went to throw out their white trash, they didn't burn it. We're here to stand shoulder to shoulder with anybody taking up this campaign, and trust me, we're the kind of scrappy you want on your side in a fight.
Yeah.